So today we are heading off on another road trip. This time heading off for a 5-day trip. We've got the canopy and the back of the car packed to the roof. So where are we heading first, Dylan?
We are off to Mount Walsh National Park. So to give you guys a little bit of information, I'll chuck up a map now for you. So on the top western side, there's some 4-wheel drive tracks that take you to, is it the Buff Mountain? Something like that. You guys will see it on the map, I'll circle it. And there's just basically some 4-wheel drive tracks in, takes you to the top of the mountain. There's meant to be some good views, so we're going to try and get to that today. Then on the northern tip of the park, you have the Summit Walk, which will take you to the top of Mount Walsh. Meant to be really good. Does take about 4 hours, so we probably won't have time to do that today with everything else. We'll come back into that another day. And then on the bottom eastern side of the national park, just sucking on a lozenge if you're wondering why I sound funny. On the bottom eastern side, you've actually got some waterfalls and rock pools, so they're called Utopia Falls, and that's our main one. That's where we're heading to first. So that should look pretty good, but yeah, basically I'll give it back over to Ash now, and she's going to give some distances from some different places to get there.
Yep, so Mount Walsh is approximately an hour and a half west of Hervey Bay. From Brizzy, it's taken us roughly 3 hours and 45 minutes. And then obviously if you're heading from the Gold Coast, it's about 4.5 hours.
So it is somewhere that's probably more a weekend trip than a day trip. Unfortunately, the problem with it is there's no campgrounds in the national. Well, there is campgrounds, but they're remote hiking campgrounds, not actually with your car. So we're testing out for the first time a hipcamp. Never done it before. We're giving it a crack, so we'll let you know what that's like as well. As well as we've actually bought a couple of new things for this trip. We did get a stand-up paddleboard, so you'll get some footage of that when we're back at the ocean. But that'll do for the intro, guys. We'll see you when we get to our first stop, which is Utopia Falls. See ya! Here we are, guys, we're at our first stop. So this is Utopia Falls. How was the drive up here?
It's pretty cool, good scenery.
Yeah, I agree, good scenery. Don't need a 4-wheel drive, could do it on 2-wheel drive. There are heaps of 2-wheel drive cars in the car park. Car will get filthy. Let's push on and I'll walk and talk. So the walk itself, bugger all. It's 3 kilometres return, so 1.5 each way, and an hour all up, so 30 minutes each way. So you definitely don't need to be fit to come here. It is one of the spots though that needs water to be good. So if it hasn't rained in a while, I probably wouldn't bother coming out here, but we should be pretty lucky. We've had a fair bit of rain, haven't we?
Yep.
And I've been watching the radar just to make sure, because down southeast Queensland we've been getting a lot. Hasn't been as much up here, but there still should be a fair bit for it to be pretty good. But yeah, we'll do the 30-minute walk for you and show you what's at Utopia Falls when we get there. And we've made it. Utopia Falls. Ash, how crowded is it?
A bit busy.
How busy?
Just a bit.
You gotta speak up.
Just a bit.
They might hear you now. I don't have to do as much subtitles. But yeah, we basically walked up the river a little bit. We found a nice little swimming hole. We're gonna chill out here. And then we'll also chuck the drone up and show you that footage as well. And I'm actually going to send it up the river, see if there's anything interesting. That's really been the biggest change with bushwalking. Now you can just shoot your drone up the river and see if there's anything rather than having to walk up there for an hour. But yeah, we're gonna jump in and enjoy it, and we'll show you guys all the fun we have here. Exodus as the rain comes down. We'll have it to ourselves in a minute. Well, that's us done out here. Definitely worthwhile coming to the main bit. There's the natural slide and a place where you can jump. So I'd highly recommend, even if it's busy, coming and having a swim here. But we're going to start to make our way back to the car, and then we decided we are going to do the full drive bit. So we'll see when we get over to that side. So Ash, what was your thoughts on Utopia Falls?
Pretty photogenic. Got some good photos and some videos.
She's trying to help me out with the Instagram now that I'm actually doing all right on YouTube. Thanks to you guys.
Should be getting paid.
And what do you think of, is it worth a day trip up here?
A day trip, as into here?
Yeah, if you're coming from Brizzy or the Gold Coast.
No, any more than a day.
Like, it's not worth it to just come here?
Not for a day, it's a bit of a drive.
Yeah, I would agree. Because we're passing through, I thought it wasn't too bad. Definitely worthwhile stopping and checking out. But I probably wouldn't drive just here, especially to do Utopia Falls. It is really nice, don't get me wrong. But I think there's plenty better places up in Lamington that you don't have to drive almost 4 hours to get to. In saying that, there's a hell of a lot of people that have done it up here. Anything else you want to add, Ash? Nothing for her. I didn't really have anything else either, guys. The walk wasn't too bad. We're doing it on a really wet day. It is a little bit slippery, but still, you could do it in thongs. Yeah, we'll see you at the 4 drive tracks. Well, according to HEMA, we're on the track. A little bit sketchy though, because as we took the turn off, there was a big sign saying that you can't actually get into Mount Walsh National Park, whether or not it's one of the residents trying to keep people out. Here we go, Mount Walsh National Park. So it looks like the resident on the left hand side as you drive in here is basically trying to stop everyone driving on the basic Queensland government road. So ignore that sign. You are 100% allowed to come down here and go forward driving. So we're going to push on. Anything interesting, we'll chuck it up, and I'll put the GoPro on every now and then showing you what the track's like. when I said I get off track, this is what I mean. I don't really know what I'm going to look at, but we're seeing if I can push my way through. This is still, it's very overgrown, and this is where long sleeve comes in, and long pants and boots, because you never know what you're in for. I just don't know if I can push my way through. I mean, it's beautiful down here. I just don't know if this is what the four-wheel drive track was for. We're right at the base of the mountain. It's just literally over there. So I'm going to keep pushing and see if I can get a view of it. As I said, nobody's been up here for that long. I don't know what you're even coming to see. All it says is a mountain, so we'll keep pushing and I'll see if I can get a good view of it. Well guys, I think I'm gonna call it. I don't think this goes anywhere. I reckon I've got it as far down as I possibly can, and I can't see anything really opening. If anything, I'm getting more pinned in, and Ash is just sitting at the car, so she'll probably be freaking out the longer I stay away. So maybe it was just, when I'll show you back up on the back of the car, you can see both the mountains from there. So maybe it's basically to show you those, and then you can come down here and have a dip in the creek, and there's no actual track through here. Don't know. That's what happens when nobody comes to these places anymore. Did you think I died?
I was hoping.
It's not very nice. So here's the view I was talking about. So I'm not too sure, but I think the walk could be to climb this actual mountain. I don't know how the hell you get up there, but that's the mountain you're going to, and if there's no viewing platform, I would assume the walk is to actually go up it. And then there's another little one just tucked in there. So unbelievably so close to the bottom of it, but as you saw, I pushed up, probably would have been about 2 k's up that river, and just couldn't find anything. So we're going to start making our way back to camp. Unfortunately, there's not enough time to go to the waterfall one, as it is almost 5, and I think it took about an hour to get in here, didn't it, Ash? So we're going to get to camp pretty late, and to make matters worse, I gave the driving to Ash, thinking she'd have no problems at all. And how much fuel do we have left?
I didn't have any problems, your car's problem.
How much fuel do we have left?
Under a quarter.
So we've got under a quarter, and we've got some heavy full driving. So fingers crossed we actually make it out of here, and I don't know where a petrol station is because we're in the middle of nowhere. But we'll see you if we get to camp. You won't believe what we've just found. We're pretty sure it's an actual legit wild dog. Look at this. It looks like it's a Kelpie crossed with some little dog. Doesn't look very scary, but nonetheless I'm not going to get out and pat it in case it is one. It's just following us on the track. And we've just arrived at our very first hip camp. Nice tree at the front. But yeah, as I said, we've never done this before. Oh, my hat's a bit screwed up from the bushwalk. Never done this before, so the guy said we don't need to say hello, we just continue left as we drive in, and then basically park anywhere around the little river he's got. So we'll show you when we get all set up there. So we've now picked our spot. We're up on top of the hill, try and get away from the midges, but I'll show you what it looks like. So, little lake there, and then we've only got 2 other couples here, which isn't too bad. Ash, what's your thoughts?
Something a little bit different, but I like it. Better than the caravan park.
Anything beats a caravan park. So we'll get set up now and then probably start making some dinner. Dinner time, guys. Favourite time of the night. So what's on the menu tonight? We've basically got some rump steak, and I'm just going to put some rub on it. So this one Ash's mum gave us for Christmas, so I give it a really good dousing in it. I don't reckon you can have too much of it. It makes it really taste good. So this one's just a steak and chops, so not a smoky one. And then I've bought from Bunnings, so then I just pat it in to get it to stick. Then I bought from Bunnings some smoker cubes. Luckily, because it's been raining all day, well, for the last 2 days, so all the wood's all wet that we're able to get, so we just can't get the fire to go. And the only thing actually going on the fire is those cubes. So I'll season these all up and then I'll take them over to the fire. So this is just our little steak griller thing that I bought. I can't even tell you where I got it from. Maybe Bunnings, I think it was, but it was years upon years ago, like 6 years plus. And I know they don't have them now they got his fish ones, but it's, yeah, really handy. Basically just hold it over the fire and then it smokes your meat for you. So let's go chuck it on. What's left of the fire. So it's not too hot because they're just literally my smoker cubes, nothing else is really taken, so I'll just hold it pretty close. And I'll show you when it's all done. Well, 2 of the courses are ready, so the chips are almost done. But we're a bit hungry, so we're just going to stow into this. Oh, they're not close, they're not far. But over here we got our steak and veggie, and the blood's just starting to seep to the top of this one, so it looks like it's done perfectly. So it'll be mine. And then I've just got my trusty popper, as I always have. So we'll hoe in, and then we'll have the chippies once we finish eating this. That was by far the best steak I've ever eaten, better than any restaurant. So this is it here again. I'll put up here where it's from. I actually find out from Ash's mum where they bought it from, because that was absolute perfection. I don't know if it was the smoke, because everything was so wet, so they really got covered in, but this tasted amazing as well. I'll go around to Ash. What do you think, Ash? Best steak ever?
It's pretty good.
Not best steak ever?
You overcooked it a little bit.
It's because the chips weren't ready, so I had to go slower with the steak and I ended up setting it just by the side just to keep it warm. But anyway, tasted really good. Still waiting on the chips. And then not too sure, that'll probably be it for the night, so I'll leave it here and I'll probably see you next week, because it'll be a new video next week heading to Woodgate. So it'll be Woodgate next week. See you later, guys. Anything you want to add? What's your sign off going to be? Mine's see ya. What's yours?
I haven't come up with one yet.
We'll get back to you on Ash's sign off. See ya.